able, like, you gotta have that. You gotta be able to do shit for yourself. But in the meantime, shit, if you just like dudes with money, ain't nothing wrong with that. Get it, shit.
Okay, so let's speed through that intersection real quick because I agree with that 100%. Now, here's where the morals come involved, and this is why I'm glad I don't have a daughter. And I hope you don't hate me after asking these questions of you, because I'm just going to ask the questions that people don't want to ask people with daughters.
Right.
So, like,
oh, you can ask me.
So with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. From the ChildsPlay Podcast.
I'm excited to hear what you got to ask.
Yeah. We're going to have to say when I get back. We're going to take a quick break. You guys are going to have to wait because I did forget. And that's what happens when you're listening to a 420 Advocates podcast. Sometimes they forget their point, and you're going to have to hear it when we come back. In the ChildsPlay Podcast, we'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with us, y'all. We'll be right back. Hey.
Oh, yeah. ¿Qué pasó, mi gente? It's LuchoSpeax in the house.
Yo, what up, DMV? Right. It's your boy, DJ Child. Thanks for tuning in to the ChildsPlay Podcast. We'll be right back. Yep.
I say, bust that shit like, whoa.
Hey. Yo. Welcome back to the ChildsPlay Podcast. We appreciate y'all sticking in with us. We was in the middle of having a conversation where I guess I had some sort of a brain lapse or something. I guess that happens sometimes when you indulge in a little too much ice hash. But it is what it is.
That shit sounds so criminal.
I know, right? So, like, fucking, I was talking to all you parents out there, specifically those of daughters. LuchoSpeax was talking about how he just made sure he lets his daughter know she can't be dependent on no man, right? That's what you were saying, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I mean, make sure you can, do your own thing. But, if your man making money like that, ain't nothing wrong to ride with him, support him, help him out in those ventures. But at the end of the day, make sure, you're not just there because you feel like he can support you. You need to be able, as a grown-ass person, man or woman, you need to be able to support your damn self.
Well, as a woman, you have different options. So what if your daughter decided to exercise the option of securing her worth in a relationship by having a kid with said man with money?
Okay. So I wouldn't be cool with that. If that was her end game, and she was like, well, if she actually came,
you said secure my bag, Dad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be cool with that. Because I think that's wrong. Because I think if you're going to have a kid with somebody, it need to be, okay, you're dating somebody, it happens, that's one thing. But if you're having a kid solely on the purpose so you could trap a motherfucker, I definitely ain't going to be cool with that. And I'm going to express my opinion to her about that. I don't think she would do that.
Why? Well, no. Because first of all, I don't want to. Let's not make this personal. We don't want to make this specifically about your daughter, but more towards you as a dad, as a girl dad.
I don't think you asked why.
Why do you feel that way?
Because bottom line, you shouldn't be depending on getting a paycheck by having a kid.
Let me give the counter argument. Let me just give the counter argument for those that are listening that may feel otherwise, and I want to hear your response afterwards. So you said to her to please don't be in this relationship where you're totally dependent on this man. Now she can have a brain of her own, aspirations of her own, whatever it is that she wants to be. It doesn't matter what it is. Point being is she knows that as a woman, the way the laws are set up in America, you can have a child with someone and you can become financially stable. She can then pursue whatever venture she wants to pursue. She can raise that child in a responsible way, whatever. All of those other variables can still happen. I'm not saying she's out here just smutting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But point being is, at the same time, there are women out here who know I'm going to make sure I get that seed up in me to make sure I get that paycheck monthly.
Can I answer a question with a question?
Please.
So, is the purpose of having a child with someone that has money, is that the reason that they're going to decide, okay, well, I can have a child with this person because at the end of the day, if I do, I'm going to get a fat-ass child support check. Is that the reason behind it?
Well, you got to think the logic is something like this. I'd rather have a child when I'm young than when I'm old. So if I meet someone between the age of 20 and 25, I might as well have a child with somebody with money. At least whatever else happens in the rest of my life, I know I got a child with somebody with money, and that's going to secure at least that part of my... I can go to college. I can do whatever the fuck. But instead of me... Because here's an alternative that could possibly happen. She could go to school, and she could get pregnant by just some guy that's in her class. And then, we go protection.
Use protection. But
exactly. Exactly. You're right.
At the end of the day, I see where you're coming from, and look.
Right, but you're right.
If you like the guy, and y'all fucking, and you happen to get pregnant, and he happen to got money, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Especially if you
but we ain't talking about that. We're talking about people whose objective is someone with money or someone who's about to have money. So you're right. I muddied the waters with my analogy. So you're right. Let's get back to the point.
I wouldn't be cool with it. I think that'd be a little shady of her. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna back her up. She's my daughter. But at the end of the damn day, I don't think that's the right way to have. I don't think you should bring a child into this world because of that.
Right.
Like, if you can't do for yourself, man, you don't go find a motherfucker with money and then have a kid with him so you're going to be taken care of on the long run. I just don't think that's right.
I'm going to make this argument. I'm going to make this argument for the sake of the podcast. And as a lawyer, this would be my argument from the other side. The laws in America are set up as such. And people, this is where it gets sticky, but you're almost foolish to not exploit to the ends of whatever the laws allow. Because the laws were put in place because there's a level for you to exploit that's beyond the law. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if we are maximizing our intelligence, we should exploit the laws to the very ends.
I think when you're talking about business and shit like that, exploiting the laws makes sense. But when you're talking about bringing life into the world, it shouldn't be about that.
But it is about that, because if you bring a life into a world, it becomes about money.
I say it like this: if you're gonna if you have a mistake and you get pregnant by accident, I'm hoping it's with a dude that got money. Yes, I'm gonna say that. Because if it's a broke ass dude, guess who got to step up and take care of the grandkid?
Yeah, well, I hope if you buy a lottery ticket, I hope it wins you a lot of money too. But hoping shit ain't never paid nobody bills. Exactly. So anyway, for those that have kids, please feel free to chime in, because LuchoSpeax feels like, if you bring a child into this world, there should be some sort of moral responsibility, some sort of emotional involved.
Hell yeah.
There's some that feel, and even DJ Chow could subscribe to the fact that, it's a contract just like everything else. You can get basically.
Let me ask you this:
you get your paycheck garnered over it?
Okay, let me ask you this: are you good with abortion?
Yes, I believe that it's everyone's right to choose to do whatever they'd like to do with their own body.
And I'm with you on that too. If it happened and it wasn't with the person, or that person just wasn't right, and you didn't make that choice, make the right choice.
It doesn't even matter the reason to me.
My thing, if it's a broke, loser type motherfucker, scrub type motherfucker that ain't trying to do nothing with his damn life, and you decide, you made a mistake, I'm cool with it. You gotta end it. You gotta end it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's like Walmart. If you're married and you just don't like using condoms, and you just want to have 2 a year because that's just what you guys do every spring and fall, That's fine. It's within your right. If you can afford it, do it. That's how I feel about it. Do you? It's your body. Do you what you want to do with it. People get tattoos. People get piercings. People do whatever the fuck they want to do in any other realm. Don't draw lines to what people are allowed to do with their own body. It's not my place to judge that. Exactly. You dig? It's my place to judge what goes on in my house, in my car, in my studio. And I don't think it's my place to judge what goes on in anybody else's house. So I think people should allow to do whatever they want as long as it doesn't harm another living human being.
I agree.
That's my opinion. And a human being inside of a woman's belly that hasn't developed yet does not count in DJ Child's opinion. Look, I haven't fucked my own shit up. I haven't fucked my own name up. I'm not a piss jockey. I'm a disc jockey.
Exactly.
What am I talking about? All right. So anyway, moving on from all that heavy.
By the way, that was a great little conversation, though. I enjoyed that.
It really was, man. It really was. It really was. And I think that's why we're starting to get recognition from other entities, just because we are having conversations that the people want to have. And I encourage you guys to please jump in the conversation. The interaction over the last couple of weeks has been a little bit low. And I'm not really worried about that at all. It's more that I wish that the people that I know would get more involved, because I know it's going to happen. What's going to happen is it's going to be other people getting involved that we don't know as well. And the people that we know are going to start to get jealous and say, why are you acting funny now? We're not acting funny. We're talking to y'all now and giving you the chance to jump in there. So just please feel free. Say what you need to say. We want to talk to y'all. With all this down droll shit and serious conversation that's going on, we need a little bit of entertainment. We need something to watch, something that's live, something that's not a replay. LuchoSpeax bust me in the face with something that's better than TV. If you live in the DMV, you're lucky to be close to some of the largest military bases in the world, actually. Yeah. In Norfolk, we got the biggest naval base that's popping. Mm-hmm. Andrews Air Force Base is world renowned, and there's something special going on that LuchoSpeax told me about.
We also got a naval base in DC. I forget the name of it, but
there is a big ass
in Southeast.
BAB something. I drive past it all the time. It's in Southeast.
Yeah, they secure it as a motherfucker. Yeah. You can't go in there.
Hell yeah, fuck it. So the military is popping in the DMV. If you're in this area, if you're not from the DMV, please feel free to ask whatever questions you want to ask. We can post pictures. I drive past this shit all the time. LuchoSpeax is in the area all the time. We would love to post pictures. We just don't know what y'all want to see. So if you jump on one of our Twitters and you say, hey, what are you talking about? What was BAB? What are these bases? Just ask us any questions you want to ask us. We will be happy to show you pictures because we see this shit all the time.
Let me jump in and ask you one quick question.
Yeah, jump in there.
About the Pentagon.
Okay.
So, you remember right after 9/11, a part of the Pentagon got hit, whatever. You remember driving down the 110 and you'd see all these motherfucking tanks and like set up like missile launchers on the back of them and like all this shit driving through the 110.
Right, facts.
So they did this whole new reconstruction all these years, and now you don't see those tanks or those missile launcher things anymore. And I want to ask you, I was driving down the 110 today, and I kind of missed the fact that I see that. Because when I saw that right after 9/11, it gave me a sense of security, and I love seeing it. I was like, damn, it's like the military showing their force, and I'm like, yo, yeah, we gangster. Because some of the trucks and shit you would see parked out there was like dope, and it was like, man, I like seeing that. So now I don't see it anymore because they've redone the whole thing. It's a lot more secure. Everything is hidden. But what's your opinion on that? Would you like to see, at least, and I'm not talking about, all DC, I'm just talking about like the Pentagon area. Would you like to see tanks and stuff like that just to kind of show our strength? Like, would that be cool to see, or do you think it's cool the way they have it all hidden? And
I do think the way they have it all hidden works. I think it's American the way they have that done.
Right.
The reason why I believe in that is because I'm a person who believes in contrast. I like to take one extreme and smash it against another extreme. You dig what I'm saying? So when we're at war, when we have conflict, I want to see that. I don't want to see it all the time, because when it's seen all the time, it becomes a tool of whoever's in power. Okay. And if those missiles were always out all the time, I don't want Donald Trump having that at his joystick. I got